Hey there and welcome. My name is Carlos Bertz and in this video we're talking about actionable descriptions. And at first, as always, we will start with the disclaimers. And although this one is a video focused more on the GM, DM, narrator, etc., the ones providing the majority of the descriptions, on most games at least, it can actually be useful for anyone that is providing any kind of description during the game. Okay? So, with that out of the way, and as the title explains, and if you are watching the video, it's because you read the title, we are talking about actionable descriptions. And what are actionable descriptions, at least for myself? So, the first step is to define them. And an actionable description is, for me, a description of an action or scene that actually provides enough information and warrants enough information for the players for them to take an action. To exemplify it, because it was not that clear, I will use the example from Drop the Die that he used in Twitter, and it was the idea that actually provided this whole video and that sparked this idea, and I will link it on the description. If you say to your players that, for instance, the merchant is acting weird, I mean, it does not provide enough information for them to take an action. The only thing that they can do is either they will ask you, or either they will ask the merchant. Either you will ask the merchant why he is or she is acting weird, or they will ask you weird how, or what exactly are they doing, and so on. But these questions, they were prompted because you described it because of your lack of actionable description. So you made as such that the only action that they could make was to pose questions. And it's weird for them that they need to ask you to further describe it. So, if in the other hand, you describe this as the merchant takes a step towards the door and laughs nervously, this is something that they can act upon immediately. They can either say that they block the door, or if someone is blocking the door, they block the window. They can confront them, the merchant, and confront in a way that don't try anything smart or stop right there, this kind of stuff. So you put enough information for them to act on it, and to act in a meaningful way, because as we discussed it earlier, every action from the players should be meaningful, they should have consequences, and so on. Okay, so the description prompted some stuff, and it was not just questions, but one way to do it is providing a lot of information, but you do not need to be so thorough. I mean, you need to describe it, you need to describe it in a clear way, but I mentioned in another video about the six senses, where you can put enough information and a lot of different informations for the players so that they can feel immersed on your game. And then you can describe the scene. But it's not enough to just have a thorough information, because you can say a lot of stuff, you can put plenty of extra details, and still not be enough for them to take an action. So you need this description to be clear, using precise words and not vague ones. Because if you say they are acting weird, they are acting nervous, they are happy, they are sad, they could be this kind of stuff in a lot of different ways. And it does not open the door for a lot of actions, and it does not open the door for them to make decisions upon it. So sometimes a bit of sixth sense, which I mentioned as well in another video, warrants, and it's good because it keeps the plot moving forward, but you should take care in a way that you do not use it too much. Do not overuse it, because in some kind of way you should try to use the sixth sense and to inform the players, but not rob them of their agency of sorts. And so it is also a good exercise to describe actions and let players decide how they feel about it, instead of saying how they feel or how they should feel. But I mean, this is something different. This is another discussion for another moment. So we are talking about being clear in your description, providing enough information in your description so that the players can act immediately with just that information that you gave. Because in this way, the game moves forward, the game moves quicker. You also actually have higher stakes because you can up the tension without doing anything else. Because then the game will move quicker, and then it will prompt them to think quicker instead of just asking for more information and for more questions. At least this is my view. But this is also something that merits a point that this depends a lot in the kind of relationship that you as a GM build with the players, with the PCs. Because if you are the kind of the GM that tends to act confrontational, like one of the videos that I mentioned, or that overuse the subverting expectations, this is something that giving some information for them, they will always have a step backwards because they will not believe or they will not trust you. So this is an extra thing to be careful and an extra reason actually to have and preserve a good relationship between the GM or the DM, the one providing the descriptions, and the players. Because then if you are all open and you are all comfortable with that, once the narrator provides the description with actionable description, the players will be able to quickly act upon it, and it will up the stakes and you will have a more dynamic game. So this is the video. Let me know if you as a GM, you use this kind of stuff, if you think about it, if you do not think about it, if you think that it's a good thing, or if you prefer to have this kind of mystery or something like that to the descriptions and have the players to ask for precise information. If you are a player, did you have experience with a GM or a DM that uses actionable descriptions and one that doesn't? How you felt about both of them? How do you think that it's useful, or if it's not at all, if you agree with me or not? And if you like the video, like the damn video, share, subscribe, you know how internet works, and I will see you all in my next video. So, see ya! As promised, my gifted shirt.